Let's talk about a favorite rubber boy and his weird body. The Gum Gum Fruit is literally a license to be a living cartoon character, stretching your body in any way, shape, or form you could basically imagine. And when it comes to Luffy, he has an imagination to last for days. When it comes to his initial form, which you could almost say is first year, but never call it that because that'd be stupid. It's all about him stretching his body in weird shapes. It's all about distance, elasticity, snapping back into place on a fly, boom, 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 boom. The pretty standard stuff when it comes to the Gum Gum Fruit that you would expect at this point. We spent so long with these abilities that, of course, it's second nature. Now, when Luffy needed speed, in came the concept for the gear forms. When it came to needing to be a little bit faster, Gear second, or second gear, was all about increasing his blood flow. That way he was able to move faster, more efficiently in order to keep up with those of CP9, who had techniques that would allow them to speed up to insane degrees. And it made sense. He adds jet to everything that he does because it's that fast. He's reaching jet-like speeds. How he knows what a jet is anyone's guess, but water jets and all that, so whatever. But it's with the quickness that he beats down his opponents when he needs to just be that little bit faster. Increase in blood flow. When it came to third gear, or gear third, it's all about just increasing his mass. Not so much his strength, because honestly, when it comes to third gear, his strength honestly kind of remains a little bit consistent. He's able to kind of do a lot of things he would normally be able to do. It's just that by inflating his bones, he's increasing the mass of his strikes. It's able to just cover a larger surface area. With a fast opponent, as long as you do this and they just can't get out of the way, they're really just going to feel the pain. It covers just so much of a large area of their body. It's like boom, when you need something big to go down, and just having your small ass fist isn't going to cut it. And then when it came to fourth gear, it wasn't just so much about incorporating hockey into a lot of his attacks, which he was already doing. It was about increasing his muscle mass. Blows into his muscles, as weird as that sounds, and increases the mass of them, allowing for more, strength, more power, more physical ability. However, it also kind of throws him off a little bit, especially with his bound man form. He's a living balloon because of the way that muscles technically are. So it throws him off a little bit, but he's able to do just this incredible amount of damage like he could never do before, especially with the incorporation of hockey. Honestly, without the hockey, he would be more akin to kind of like Nightmare Luffy, who just was an absolute beast when it came to throwing down. And of course, he has the various different alternate forms, such as Tank Man, which is all about more defensive techniques, or even Snake Man, who sacrifices a lot of the elasticity of Bound Man and the ability to take certain hits with just increasing his overall striking power. It's just more power to the strikes. And you can see that a lot in the way that his hockey envelops his body. With Bound Man, it's all about kind of increasing the overall surface layer, allowing a little bit of defense, a little bit of offense. It's all over. But with Tankman, increases it a little bit more across the surface of his body, primarily focusing all on defense. But with Snake Man, it's all in the limbs. Attack, speed, strength, just being able to keep up with your opponent no matter what. But I feel that once we get to Gear 5th, and I do believe there very well will be a Gear 5th with everything that we've seen, it'll be more about doing all of those things. It won't so much be about you have to choose one or the other. It's just like, do you want speed? Do you want to be able to cover a larger amount of area? Or do you just need altogether more power? I feel that once we get to Gear 5th, it'll be Luffy completely mastering all of his gears and bringing them all into one thing. Because as I've been saying, with all the various different gear techniques, it's about increasing something. Your speed, the area that you're able to cover, or just your strength in general. With anything else, there's not really anything else to increase. What else is there for Luffy to increase in terms of his body? His regular rubber ability just allows for him to just stretch himself out, more skin, more surface area, all that good stuff. With his second gear, is about increasing his blood flow in order to get himself to kind of speed up, be able to do things more quickly. With third, it's about, more larger attacks, more area to cover. He's able to do a little bit more damage to a larger amount of things, cause a little bit more havoc, honestly. With Gear 4th, it's just about increasing that power. More power for strikes. More damage that he can dish out on the opponent. A little bit of the defense as well in certain cases, but once you go to Snake Man, it's all about that power, that strength, all that good stuff. What if he was able to just combine all of that stuff into one fearsome form? The strength, the power, and the ability to alter the size on the fly. The ultimate control of his body. I know a lot of us tend to think that maybe he should be having something along the lines of an awakening form. A lot of people have joked it should be something like Bounce House. He turns the entirety of his surroundings into rubber, and it kind of throws people off because they're just kind of bouncing all over the place. It's an interesting gimmick, but I don't know if it'll be something so much that pertains towards combat as much as like crowd control. I mean, it's a possibility, he punches an opponent, they bounce off of the surface right back into his fist. That would be pretty fun and pretty cool and pretty on brand for the childish nature of Luffy. But if you want to show off his ultimate progression of all of his techniques and abilities, I feel that it's on the money for him to be able to just combine all of his gears into one ultimate form that will be the end-all be-all of all of his form. And even have it be something that he can just do at will. Not so much that he even has to just blow directly into a certain part of his body, but he's able to have so much control over his devil fruit and his body at will that he just through sheer force of will, he's able to increase the mass, his blood flow, his strength on the fly. Because honestly, from the jump, a lot of things about his various different gears is there was always a downside. There's always a downside to his gear forms. And the ultimate form to take after all of this is to reach a point where he's just mitigating how much stress all of this puts on his body. Because ultimately I feel that because of a lot of the stress that Luffy has been putting on his body, of course it's shortening his lifespan. He's probably going to go out very much in the same way as Roger that a lot of people predicted because of all the things that he's just done to his body, that even, in terms of having a devil fruit, the ability to kind of bounce back from anything isn't going to be able to help him. But if he's able to mitigate this from here on out, he'll be better for it. Because it's not so much just a game of beating your opponent, it's also being able to survive anything that your opponent can ditch out. And so many times, Luffy's greatest weakness just tends to be the stamina that he has. He can't stand up, not just to the attacks that his opponents do, but to his own abilities. They're too much. They tire him out. They weaken him. They leave him in prone states far too much. And to just get past that overall is the best way to go. But don't just take my word for it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think I might be on the ball that ultimately the ultimate form for Luffy, because of course he has to get to 5. Go? Come on. It's Luffy's whole thing. So getting to gear 5th would be a combination of all his other gears brought into one perfect state of being. The ultimate super form for Luffy. His end-all, be-all form that can stand up toe to toe with whatever Yonko might come his way. And even with the way that he's learned from his Conqueror's Haki and how to apply it, don't get me wrong, Snake Man, Bound Man, Tank Man, all that great stuff is great, but with what he's learned now about Conqueror's Haki, one more form should do it. One more perfect state for Luffy. One more perfect transformation. But again, let me know your thoughts and theories in the comment section below. Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I somewhere in between? What do you feel? And if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more One Piece theory crafting and discussions. And until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.